Hey there, everybody. This is Jackie Bros.
Folks, people, you know me. It's your good friend, Mr. Dunlap.
If you enjoy listening to the Red State Update podcast, which is what this is, and you like it and want to hear more of it and do different things and everything about it, then go over to a Patreon page and get on
Patreon.
that. What?
Patreon.
Get on that. And then give $1 or $5, you get a little extra, you get a little of this, get a little of that. You got to go over and look at it. It's on the computer, right?
Which what is?
The Patreon's on computer, you go to that, right?
Yes.
Yes. So we thank all of y'all who done give to it, and we appreciate anybody else who's going to give to it down the road. We sure do appreciate it, and it's just going to help us bring you more exciting Red State Update content to the computers.
That's pretty good, Jackie. You used the word content.
What is it?
Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home Red State Update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey, everybody out there, this is Jackie Bros.
Folks, people, this is Dunlap.
Yeah.
The man with the plan.
What plan?
Get fucked up.
All right. Just right off the start, the language. It's right as soon as it starts.
That's what people want, Jackie.
They don't want it from me. I ain't going to do it. And I don't. If they want it from you, something's wrong with them. Not everybody listen to this to hear you mouth off like that.
A lot of people do, though.
Well.
A lot of people, I think, tune in because they see in me something that they don't get to do in their real life. Like how people listen to Johnny Paycheck say, take his job and shove it.
Yeah.
And they said, I wish I could say that to my boss. But you can't because your life is fucked up.
All right.
You got
Watch your
them
mouth.
kids. That was a bad decision. You probably married or you're divorced and you got to send money to some deadbeat somewhere. Maybe people are sick. Whatever happened, it put you in a bad situation, and you can't just say, take his job and shove it.
All right, that's okay, but don't say the other. Yeah.
To whoever gives you a paycheck. Like you want to. You want to, but you can't because of them kids. You should not have had them kids.
Any kind of reference or analogy or something that equates you with Johnny Paycheck, I do not agree with. I want to make that completely clear right now.
Johnny Paycheck would be sitting here going, yeah, fuck yeah.
No, he would not. He never said that on his songs or anything. I shove it. Now, you know what that means.
Up your ass.
Well, he didn't have to say it that way. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Well, he wanted to.
Well, he didn't. If he had done that, he wouldn't have been sold all the records that he did.
What if he had sold more?
No.
What if he had sold more?
No.
We'll never know because we can't quantum leap back.
Well, he wouldn't have
Put
done
Sam in Johnny Paycheck's body and have him say, you know what? I'm going to rewrite this song. Instead, I'm going to sing. The way I sing this song is I sing it, shove it up your asshole.
All right. You need to do another one of these podcast things where you just get on there and say that over and over and over and over again for 2-3 hours, get it out of your system before you come on this and do it with me. Because I don't like it. I don't care for the language. I don't like it.
People, as I was saying, see themselves as the people that they can't. They want them pathetic selves to be me. When they look in a mirror. Let me start it this way. When they get up in the morning and go in the bathroom and look in the mirror, first thing they say, fuck, I wish I was Dunlap.
Why?
That's what they say. They say, I wish I was John Paycheck singing that song.
Yeah. I think you got it backwards here. You misunderstood. There's people who are sick, like you said, all the things that you said about it, they don't like the children, they're married, they're going to shower, they don't like a job, all these things. People's lives are miserable, and then they listen to this and go, well, hell, at least I'm better off than that one with the mouth.
You don't think it's because they...
No. Not at all.
You don't think they like me telling you to...
No. Nobody likes it. It gets tired. That's what half of this is. People get sick of hearing it. They want to hear it over and over again. Like I said, you need to get on one of these. You said anybody can do one of these, didn't you? You said anybody that's got a computer makes a podcast, right?
Yes.
Well, get on there, make your own, where you just run your mouth like that for an hour and a half, 2 hours, however long. People can listen to that. Everybody gets out of the system.
But I think they like the part where I say it to you and you get mad.
Oh,
because people like trolls.
What is
Look
it?
at our president troll.
Troll, don't bring him up already. We got to talk about him in the news all the time. I don't want to even... yeah.
David Allen Coe wrote Take His Job and Shove It. Joe Paycheck.
He sang it, right?
Sung a version of it.
Yeah. Well, if Cole wrote it, then the first one may have had something bad in it. And John Paycheck said, if I'm going to sing this, I got to take the A whole part out.
It's when you mix outlaw country, the late 70s, drugs, and being mad, it's hard to say who would have said asshole and who would have wanted to leave it out.
All right. Well, things turned out just like they were supposed to, I guess.
Fuck, I guess so.
Well, you what? Just...
Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed living through me vicariously as I told this stupid old motherfucker.
Hey, get up, walk out of here. I ain't going to listen to it over and over again.
Bit's
That's all I
done.
know how to do.
Listen, you don't need me sitting on here spewing inane profanity.
No.
Talking about dumb smut.
Nobody does.
We've got the president.
That's bad enough, I know.
So as we were getting ready to record this podcast, news was breaking that, earlier we'd heard that they were going to release the Comey Memos.
Well, that's what Republicans want. They say, I want to see these memos. Let me see them. I don't know about all this, so I won't know until I see them right before my eyes. You need to release these memos right away. Republican Party has every right to look at these. They need transparency. The American people need to know. Let's see these Comey Memos.
Associated Press. Breaking Comey Memo. Trump said Vladimir Putin told him we have some of the most beautiful hookers in the world.
There you go.
Trump on February 8th, 2017, told Comey that Putin told him we have some of the most beautiful hookers in the world. Most beautiful. That Trump is not the kind of guy who brags about something he didn't use. He likes to brag on things that he has eat or touched or that voted for him.
Yeah. All of those make me sick. All three.
When it comes to Russian hookers, it's all three.
Yeah.
Folks, this is great news when you're about to start a podcast.
Is it?
Now, some people are saying that right before then, Putin gave an interview, and he's like, Russia, we got the best hookers in the world. This is why they get along. I don't know that Trump would have fallen for him or whatever. So a lot of people say that Trump hears something on TV, like, jobs are okay. And he's like, jobs better than ever because of me. That's what everybody's saying.
And he hears things like the deep state is trying to take the president down. And he hears that, and yeah.
So he could have just heard Putin talking about Russia's hookers and said that Putin said it to him. I don't know that it matters. I mean, I guess it matters in one way as to whether or not Putin, it matters when Trump, here's what you have to decide when Trump says something. Trump said, I didn't have anything to do with those hookers, but Putin just told me personally they have the most beautiful hookers in the world. So he's either saying that's either his immediate denial because his first lie was so blatant that he's so dumb he has to make it more blatant with the worst cover-up following sentences in the history of politics. No, I didn't have anything to do with those hookers. He told me they had the most beautiful hookers, but I didn't none of them peed. He said those hookers had the best urine in the world. Putin told me. He told me on the phone. He sent me some urine. I said, no, I don't. I'm a neat freak.
Germaphobe.
Don't get that near me. But he said it was the most beautiful urine. In all seriousness, this urine was out of this world. I'm from New York. I know urine. But this urine was next level urine. Or he could just be lying. It could just be a straight up lie. He said, I didn't have anything to do with those hookers. That could be a lie. And then he could take the lie to the next level by saying Putin talked to him about hookers, which didn't even happen. There are so many lies in 2 sentences that the president says. It takes days to unpack them.
Now, see, this is a case, and the Republicans, they wanted this over and over again, pounding on the gavels, all of it. Transparency doesn't mean a whole lot with this particular president, because like you just said, I don't know how this helps anything.
And if they wanted to get mad at Comey, they already have this book, which I'm holding in my hands.
What's your name? Loyalty?
A Higher Loyalty.
Yep.
It looks like the Bible.
Yeah, well, it doesn't
It looks like
the
a new translation of the Bible.
It's not black, it's a little dark blue, but yeah.
Or like a Boy Scout manual.
Yeah, looks something like that, yeah.
Or like something you'd buy at like a yuppie store that teaches you how to tie knots.
What is it?
A Higher Loyalty, Truth, Lies, and Leadership by James Comey. What is critical leadership? How do you do what is right instead of... Jackie, you must love James Comey because he fucked over Trump
All right. What's
and
the matter?
Hillary Clinton.
Well, yeah. I mean, you give it. I ain't saying everything he did was good. Everybody's got good and bad. Some people just bad. Some people, I don't know anybody was just good. But yeah, he went after Hillary. He gave her a hard time. And then, of course, at the same time, may have gotten Trump elected. Well, everybody seems to think that's the case when they did that. So,
You want me to read some of this to you?
if it's good, I guess, yeah.
I just turn to a random page.
Can you get in trouble for doing that if you just buy books and read them for people on here and they don't pay nothing for the book?
No.
And I didn't know how you do that. If you get on here and just read books, people don't have to go.
Who's going to find out, first of all?
Yeah. Well, you can go to the library and get it, too.
You can go to the library and you hire a homeless person while you're there to read it to you.
Well, yeah.
I then went out into the hall and spoke to the lead agent. You know what? This book is boring as fuck.
Watch your mouth.
Here they're in Ashcroft's hospital room in this part. Like, what is the rest of this book? It's like, you talk to Trump, the hospital room. Is the rest just like his life?
I guess you got to put a little bit of that so people know who the hell you are, Put a lot born, such.
Ugh. This book is worse than the Bible.
It ain't much to it. It's a little book, a little thin book. It ain't like a Bible's thicker than that.
Jackie, instead of reading this, we should just read the Bible.
Well, yeah, we should. Now, I don't read as much as I should.
When's the last time you read the Bible?
I don't have a date, a time in particular. I don't remember. But, good book. It's always good to read.
Have you ever read the Bible from cover to cover?
Well, years ago in Bible class, Bible school, and you hear it all. You go through it. They kind of read it for you.
Do you know what's in the Bible, would you say?
Yes, I know what's in the Bible. Yes, I do. I know what you're supposed to know about the Bible. That I know, yeah.
And we know what we're supposed to know about this Comey book. We don't have to read neither the Bible nor this Comey book.
Yeah,
so I
just
say
said,
we're in good shape.
All right. Well, okay. If all it does is just say Trump's a big liar, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much. Well, and I already knew that. I don't need to read. I know Jesus died for my soul, and I'm going to heaven for that. And I put him on the cross, and he died for my sins. I understand that. I don't, you should still read the Bible now. Don't take this the wrong way. But if you press for time, as long as you know.
It's important that you know.
Yeah, that's important. Some people can't read, that's true.
People hate Comey right there. And some people can't read, and you just taking somebody's word for it.
Yeah, have to. We got no choice in the matter. Yeah. But you can trust a preacher usually, if you go, somebody read the Bible.
And you can trust James Comey. Can you?
Hell, I don't even.
What a smug son of a bitch.
What?
People hate James Comey.
Well, everybody hates him. That's right. He got more enemies than everybody likes him.
A little highfalutin. Well, I got to do the right thing. Always trying to do the right thing. Well, the reason I fucked up so bad was I was trying to do the right thing. Let me explain. When Trump got elected because of me, I was trying to do the right thing. My honor shall not be besmirched. What a tall, smug man.
He big.
He's the kind of guy that Trump people love to see Trump get one over on. That Trump people, if Comey could bump his head, did they lower this door jam or slip on some dog shit or something, and there's video of Trump people he'd be reelected right now. Because apparently in this country, we like the worst people now.
What it looks like to me.
And Comey is just a little bit too much goody-goody, rich sorority and rich fraternity and a toga movie.
Toga.
And that's how we got Trump. We got Trump, and he got a book deal. And then he had to go talk to Trump, so I don't know who made out worse.
I don't either.
I will say this for Comey, though, having the presence of mind after having been forced to talk to Trump alone in a room, to go write it all down, to relive it immediately, that is brave. That's bravery. I probably would have just made myself throw up and took a shower and then got drunk.
In fact, he don't. I don't know if Comey drinks or not. It seems like anybody in there have to drink a little bit to be around him. I don't know how he could, even though he don't drink at all. President Dumbass don't drink, right? He don't touch it.
That's not just an argument for having a cocktail or two. That's full on, let's all be alcoholics. Let's leave in Las Vegas because here's an example of somebody who doesn't drink.
Yeah. I definitely want a few. Since I've been drinking a little bit, couple extras more than I used to since he's been in office. I'll say that.
I am pretty much, they should have legalized pot as soon as he got into office, and then let Jeff Sessions have the fun of taking it away state by state. But the pot sales would have been through the roof. I've been high pretty much nonstop since November of 16. Always drinking, got a little something, got a pocket full of fun candies. Always got a little drink in a cup. Always getting some tussing on. I got a lot of different ways to get fucked up. And also, I'd go Taco Bell before Trump got elected, and I'd get 2 or 3 things, or maybe. But now I'm getting 9 or 10 different things. I want a little taste of it all. I want to just shove it in my mouth and just try to kill what hurts.
Huh?
Is that just? You ever go to Taco Bell? When you're going through fast food drive-thrus since Trump got elected, are you not finding yourself ordering several different meals just for yourself?
I guess that's you. I ain't doing that yet.
Huh. And you're just like, you just want to eat until your ears are full of French fries so that you can't hear.
Drugs you do. See, that's something else I don't do. I don't touch it. All the drugs that you will like so much, they make you get all that food and keep you fat.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and blame Trump.
Well, he evidently doing the same thing, except he ain't doing no drugs and no whiskey. Of course, what kind of drugs is that man on? We don't know. What is it, doctor? If you get to a certain age, you get up there in age, you got to take a bunch of pills. That's what you got to wake up and go to bed, take a pill, and do it. Doctor told me I got to take all these, and I do it. But so he's taking a bunch of something, I bet, and I don't know what he's taking.
What do you think? So you think he needs a pill to go to bed?
Hell, I don't know what he needs a pill for. I wish he
needs a pill.
Ain't none of it doing any good, whatever the hell it is they're giving him. Well, that's just something I heard today about the old, he's in charge of VA now. Remember the president doctor, good president doctor. I don't know his name, but, he switched him over to be in charge of VA. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, handsome doctor, Jag doctor.
Yeah, him, Jag, that's it, Jag.
I think that's that thing, he sewed up his own testicles.
That's what I was going to say, and that's old Bush coming up with funny names. Now, see, that's the thing that makes me mad about Trump getting on Twitter twitters and making up names, which ain't funny. Ain't one name he's come up with is funny and I can remember. Maybe the funniest thing he probably ever come up with was low energy, because it just seemed funny to say that word, and it made Bush so mad. But Bush, W. Bush, he knew how to come up with a good, funny nickname for any situation and everybody, and they stuck, and they're funny and make you giggle. Well, what did they name Jag?
Scrote.
Well, yeah, like that.
It's funny coming from him.
Well, I can't be funny like president,
Folks, if you're just joining us, Jackie is a longtime conservative Republican, Bush-loving Republican who Trump is so horrible and the worst of everything this country has ever produced. And Jackie is since Trump rolled that elevator down, a never Trumper, Trump-hating, Trump-bashing. Would you say that you're a left-wing communist now?
No, just shut. I don't like the idiot in office. He ain't a Republican. I guess he is, because that's what all the Republicans turned into now. Anyone that is Republicans hitting the damn road. They ain't getting involved in this. I'm leaving. But that Republican Party used to mean something to somebody, and it don't mean nothing no more. You say Republican, it just means whatever Trump is. That's it.
Scrote.
So I ain't no Republican, no independent, what I call myself, because I sure as hell ain't
Comey.
What is he?
Like Comey.
I ain't like Comey. Don't say it that way.
Just like Comey.
No.
Scrote. So, Jackie, speaking of the Bushes, Barbara Bush.
Passed away, God rest his
mother
soul.
of your favorite president.
Yep.
Is he your favorite president?
I'm going to say Bush W, and nobody perfect in the president. People bring this up, bring that, and I ain't here to do that. But he's my favorite president, I guess. Reagan was good, too. I like Reagan a lot.
Washington?
Huh?
Lincoln?
Well, I wasn't around when they was. I mean, the things I did, I like watching movies, a History Channel about them, yeah, sure. But, I mean, it's not like you know who they are.
You didn't know.
You see them on your money. I mean, that's what you think of George Washington. Now you think of dollar bill or $5 bill. You don't think it like, in that movie, Lincoln is all right. Put me to sleep. It was slow. But, back an old movie, black and white movie, Henry Fonda, Lincoln, you think of that, So I didn't know them. But Bush, I think of Bush, I just think of him.
You knew. It's like, what's your favorite rabbit? Well, I see this rabbit out here in the field, and I eat this one rabbit one time. Now, what about Bugs Bunny? Well, that ain't a real rabbit.
Yeah. Bugs Bunny is the most famous rabbit. Well, whatever you want to say, yeah.
But he's not real.
Well, I know that Lincoln and
I never met him.
Washington was real, but yeah, it wasn't in my lifetime or anything. You hear stories. You see history.
What's your favorite George Washington story?
I guess when they sunk that boat crossing Liberty Ocean, river.
Yeah.
It's not, that's not the name of it, but it was that.
That's what I like to think of it as.
Something he crossed it. It's the Cross of Delawares. That's it, right?
That's it.
Yep.
Why don't they just rename that Liberty River?
Well, it wouldn't bother me. It wouldn't make any difference to me. You can name it whatever.
Is that a John Ashcroft song?
John Ashcroft song.
Didn't he sing songs, John Ashcroft?
If it did,
Liberty River.
It sounded good, like a
Was
good
that John
song.
Ashcroft? Let the eagle fly. Was that John Ashcroft that sang that? You know what I'm talking about?
I think something like
Oh,
that.
man.
Yeah.
Remember the 2000s?
Vaguely.
Liberty River, flowing through deep state waters.
Liberty River, yeah. I didn't know a song, but yeah.
So Barbara Bush, rest in peace.
Yeah, she's one of the best first ladies all time. Her, yeah.
Here's some good news if you're doing a podcast. Giuliani says he's going to be on. Did he nominate himself to be on Trump's legal team?
I don't think anybody said anything about it but him.
Does
so I
Trump
guess
know
so.
he's coming?
You know, what he knows and don't know, God only knows. So I don't know.
Hey, guys, save me a piece of pizza. Get the law books open. We're going to pull it all night and we're going to find a loophole. So I guess Trump is probably feeling pretty good tonight.
Well, he got somebody. That's the only person he could get. There ain't no lawyers that will touch that with a 10-foot pole. He's trying to get all the best lawyers coming to me. Hell, if you could get in all the best lawyers and you pick Giuliani.
Here's if I were Giuliani, I'd say, Your Honor, if I may. On the morning of September 11th, 2001, and you just go on from there.
Yeah.
Never mention Trump, and leave as soon as you're done. Just walk out of the courtroom.
Might have a chance that way.
Go to a Blimpies and order 3 different meals. Trump just likes having... Trump probably... I was joking. Oh, Trump's feeling good. He probably is feeling good. Oh, yeah, Rudy's coming over. We're going to figure out a way to beat this. This will be fun. Like his friends coming. That's exciting.
Well, yeah, sure. He probably looking around there, people, the staff of the legal team now and said, this man's going to show you how to do it. Y'all, I had enough of your mess. You reckon Giuliani get in there and say, first off, fire Mueller? Somebody finally going to tell him to do it?
And Giuliani's statement said he had the utmost respect for Mueller. Are they old friends? Mueller around? When's Mueller's book coming?
Yeah.
So I cannot read that.
He's a little busy right now, write a book, but it'll probably coming someday, yeah.
Chapter 1. I read everything Trump said, then prosecuted him for it.
They in.
It's a good book.
Sure, he's taking a while, but,
It is. Well, he's thorough. He's very thorough. They say that.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to do it right, I reckon. If it takes time, so be it. But maybe you skip a few details if you just hurry up and get this over with.
I mean, don't George R.R. Martin on this. We'd like to see it pretty soon.
Please.
It would be great if the Trump show was over before the Game of Thrones final season. Definitely before the book comes out, but before the final season, that would be so great. But then what happens? What are we wishing for, Jackie?
Whatever it is, it's better than this. I don't care. People say, well, I don't like that pants or whatnot. Well, I don't like pants either. But hell, it will, at least, he can say sentences no matter how, bigoted or whatever, that he can act like seems like he knows something. He ain't just a crazy person.
President Chick-fil-A.
That's better than this. I'll take it. It's, maybe easier for me to say that, I guess. But anything better than this, as far as I'm concerned. Old Nikki Haley, that's what everybody's saying she gonna do, run for president. She's setting that up now. She said, I ain't gonna let this, what it says, she was confused.
Yeah, about the Russia sanctions. She said, we're gonna do more Russia sanctions. And they said, no.
Well, Trump's the one said it. Said, no, we ain't doing that. Don't listen to her. That's basically what it said. Don't listen to the UN ambassador.
Yeah, she's confused.
Yeah.
He didn't say she was confused.
No, who was it? One or the other.
Yeah, Ludlow.
Yeah.
Ludlow. I don't even fucking, Jesus.
All right, watch your mouth. She come back pretty soon and said, I don't get confused, So there's somebody at least standing up a little bit anyway. But then they asked her how's her and Trump getting along, and she said, perfect or whatever, I guess.
Well, I will say that when it comes to Russia sanctions, even if the president had just if he was texting you, if you had your phone is buzzing, you pull it out and look at it, it says sanctions are a go, and somebody says, hey, what about Russia sanctions? I would still hedge you back. I would say, we're looking into it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I would not. I know we're never going to know. We're never going to know what it is with Russia and Trump. Well, I mean, actually, we probably will know pretty soon.
Well, some of it, yeah.
Pretty soon.
Yeah.
But is it just is he scared he's going to get the gas? Is there a P-tape? There could be so many things. I think at this point, it's just obstinance. He just, as soon as he says, yeah, we're going to go after Russia, we're going to bomb them and sanction them, and we're going to scold them on Twitter, and then he walks it back because he can't.
Something he can't
Somebody's
do.
like, you're supposed to like Russia, and people think you're a coward now, or you're a liar. Somebody's in his ear about Russia, or is it just in him? Is it just in him? Does he love Russia?
They say he don't even talk about it, never says anything in private about Putin, anything bad. There's people, the Lakers, maybe Comey said in that book, I don't know, but they said he won't even say anything bad about him that way. I think he got something on him, what to do. That's what I always think. I'm telling you, everything in this, the James Bond pages, everything in the England's pages, dossiers, is going to end up being true. I tell you how, one reason I know that, his lawyer, Michael Cohen, dropped a lawsuit today. He was suing, what's it that's on the computer? He was suing. BuzzFeed. He was suing.
What do you think BuzzFeed is?
Huh?
What would you, Jackie
It's
Brawls?
a computer newspaper, isn't it?
Yeah. Sort of, but it also asks you to take quizzes, which fast food you like the best, to figure out which Harry Potter character you are.
Well, that's the same thing is when you get the newspaper, it's got coupons in it.
Yeah,
the same
you're right.
thing. Well, there they go. On computer newspaper, BuzzFeed.
Oh, and sometimes they do videos of people from somewhere trying food from somewhere else.
Well, that's the same. Yeah. Well,
and they break P-tapes.
That's what they did. They put that out there. And then, of course, Trump's lawyer said that's defamation, and we're suing you. And today, well, not so much. Well, it did happen today, but I think it also had something to do with now that, his FBI raided the office in his house and hotel, all his property, whatever. Probably can confirm a great deal of that. So he's thinking more than likely he's not going to be able to win that particular lawsuit. He's questioning the merit of that. Now that they have proof, now that they, confirm that some of it's accurate,
So he snuck into Prague.
That's what they're saying, yeah.
He snuck in a way, and then they just figured it out. Why is everybody so stupid?
I'm telling you right now, what's that show, America's Dumbest Criminals, remember?
Yeah.
It's going to be there. They'll be on for the rest of till my lifetime and several more after that, just from covering this.
But instead of that laugh track, it'd just be Americans crying.
Yeah. It is. Every one of these people and everything, what's going to come out in this Russia, it's everything we already know. They didn't hide anything. It ain't like Mueller's the one that dug it out that his boy went to meet the Russians to get dirt on Hillary. He didn't figure that come out, that's an email. emails, right?
Unprompted, and in another zag in the conversation, he brought up what he called the golden showers thing, repeating much of what he had said to me previously, adding that it bothered him if there was even a 1% chance his wife, Melania, thought it was true.
Oh.
That distracted me slightly because I immediately began wondering why his wife would think there was any chance, even a small one. You've all read this. It's just funny having an index of a book from a former FBI chief. It has golden showers listed in it.
Well, that's history books from here on out. That's what we have to look forward to from this particular president.
And then he follows it up with a proverb. I'm almost certain the president is unfamiliar with the proverb, the wicked flee when no man pursueth. Because he just rolled on, unprompted, explaining why it couldn't possibly be true, ending by saying he was thinking of asking me to investigate the allegation to prove it was a lie. I said, it's up to him. At the same time, I expressed the concern that such a thing would create a narrative that we were investigating him personally, and added that it's also very difficult to prove something never happened. He said I might be right. I'd say that's 100% true. Does Trump ever say you're right? Unless like, Trump, you're handsome. You're right. You're right. Trump, we probably shouldn't investigate you for this P-tape thing just to prove that you didn't do it. Yeah, it might be right. Maybe. But repeatedly asked me to think about it. I changed my mind. This book is great.
I'll have to read it later on then. I'll read it. Yeah.
Just go through the index and look. I already seen there's a Bob Dylan
quote.
Look
up that dirty stuff. I heard that enough already. That's what, you said you look up, what it was, gold, that's peas, right? That's what that is, Sean?
That's what it is, Jackie. That's where we're at.
See, I never needed to know that. That's something I wish I'd have gotten through life. I'm old up in age. It could have went on. If it weren't for this particular president, I might have been able to go on to the next life, up in the glory without having to learn what all that is.
And found out about it in heaven?
Well, no. Hopefully in heaven they wouldn't be talking about it. I'd say, what's going on down on earth right now? I'd be like, no. And the porn star ladies, that's it. That's history now. That's history books. It's all that. Now, I know, Bill Clinton has made history bad too. I guess all of them did. I don't know, but none of them are this bad.
Should I look up to see what this Bruce Willis entry in the index is?
Well, it's Bruce Willis.
As I walked down the White House halls, and even when I was sitting in the meeting room, I felt like Bruce Willis in The Sixth Sense, where, spoiler alert, he doesn't realize he's dead. I imagined I could see my breath as I sat around the sit-room table. Earlier this is she's talking about Wiener. That wasn't good.
No.
Mostly this is disappointing. I'm going to tell you right now, mostly disappointing except for the pee stuff.
All right.
Doesn't this look like a sweater someone on the rowing team at Yale would wear?
A book?
Yes. Hannity.
Oh, hell.
Oh, we were just talking about stupid people. And here comes Hannity back into. So Hannity said, so they found out that the third client, right? Cohen's third client, he has 3 clients for paying people off, women off.
Well, it said they knew who. One was the president.
Uh-huh.
He paid the porn lady the money for her to be quiet, or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Then there's
this is a successful law firm already.
Then there's the RNC man, Republican National Committee, a big higher up fundraising guy, raised $1 million for him.
What a coup!
To help get rid of the Playboy's lady who was pregnant and got her an abortion.
Great clients, crazy.
And then there's another guy.
Uh-huh.
That we just found out about. And I said, didn't nobody know who that was. He didn't want nobody to know who that was. He's in the court, and the judge finally said, just tell us who it is.
Turns out it was Sean Hannity.
Yeah.
Nobody. I do like it in all this Trump stuff. It's pretty much like we already know. We know it was this. We know it was that. Some people say this didn't happen or that didn't happen. We're like, I'm pretty sure it did. So far, everything's just been coming out. It happened. When you get a curveball like Hannity, that is a lot of fun. Even if it turns out that Hannity's telling the truth, it was what, parking tickets? What's he say?
I don't know, real estate or something like that. I don't know. It sounds like the only thing this man does is pay off ladies that you either get pregnant or don't want to, say anything about it. What else does he do? I don't know what he does.
Do you think he thinks that he's like Wolf from Pulp Fiction?
Who?
Wolf.
Yeah.
Harvey Keitel in a tuxedo at a party at like 7 a.m. in the morning?
Yeah.
Or do you think he knows what he is?
Hell if I know. You know who else who knows what he is right now? The FBI.
Is he going to flip?
They know. That's what everybody's saying. That's if you gravitate toward a man like Donald Trump, then I'm assuming you must be kind of like him or like attributes about his personality, whatever it may be. If some of that, you got a little bit of that in you, then yes, he would flip on him. Because if the shoes was on the other foot, he would have already had somebody take him a message that he was fired or tell him, he would get on Twitter and say he was going to prison for the rest of his life or something. Because Trump will send his whole family to prison before he'll, admit to any wrongdoing as far as this Russia stuff. So if Cohen's anything like a man he represents, which I'm assuming he is, he ain't going to prison for the rest of his life. Hell no. And money laundering, all sorts of stuff in this. I mean, we don't even know. We don't know. But I'm glad the FBI does.
Donald Trump. James Comey just threw Andrew McCabe, quote, under the bus, quote. I guess so that we didn't think he actually threw him under a bus. Which is, if somebody said Trump just threw somebody under a bus, we might be like, did he really throw him under a bus? But helpfully, Trump put it in quotes because he thinks that people actually throwing somebody under a bus is something that you could actually do. So he needed to differentiate, make sure we know he's just using that as a saying. Inspector General's report on McCabe is a disaster for both of them. Getting a lot in parentheses, complicated sentence structure of their own medicine. That's what Donald Trump said about the Inspector General report on McCabe. Today, McCabe lied under oath, I guess, about the Comey could be a witness. They're saying this might have to be a witness if he gets prosecuted, right? They may not prosecute him at all.
We're gonna see what happens.
I just like reading Trump's tweets. I don't.
Didn't he say one time I could go down to Times Square, in the middle of Times Square, and throw anybody under a bus and nobody do anything?
No, shoot somebody.
Oh, shoot! It was that's it. He was gonna throw okay, shoot somebody. Yeah.
Mike Pompeo is outstanding. So they leaked. So Pompeo went to North Korea. Why do they want Pompeo to be Secretary of State so bad?
I don't know.
They put all these stories out that he's out there. I just feel like I can't trust anybody. I don't want to be a conspiracy person. And you don't have to be usually because so much stuff is out in the open. But when something happens, you're like that you don't understand, you suddenly start questioning everything. Like, why? What are they trying to do? Are they trying to buy real estate in North Korea? Are they trying to put up a hotel? Actually, they could be. Like, if they open up North Korea and then Trump gets to put up, no, he would do that. I was going to say they wouldn't let him do that. He would do that.
Who would
stop
him? Who would stop him?
They put up a Trump hotel. He gets all the hotels in North Korea. They open it up for tourism. Everybody goes to North Korea, gets to stay in Trump hotel. I may have just cracked it.
It wouldn't surprise me. I wouldn't put it past anybody to do that.
All right, so Hannity probably had something fixed. I was just going to blurt out a bunch of stuff that's probably libelous.
Well, there must have been a reason outside that they didn't want to say his name. Trust me, that's a lawyer. Trump was proud to say that this man was his lawyer for some reason. I don't understand. He was on TV when he was running for president on every channel, talking like an idiot. I'm his attorney and this, that, But Hannity at least had the intelligence like, nobody needs to know about this.
I'm not saying Hannity isn't smarter than Trump. I'm not saying that.
Well,
that's not saying much.
I think it ain't saying a whole lot, but yeah, I reckon he is. Yeah, a little bit.
When all this come out, they were saying Hannity's basically got a desk at the White House. He sits in on meetings. He's like Trump's close advisor.
They go out to dinner all the time. Now, Hannity is smarter.
What do you think they eat? What do you think they order?
I don't know. What Trump likes to eat, he'd probably eat something fancy to show off to Hannity. It'd be like steaks or something, you know.
Do you think like a steak? They bring me a steak. It wasn't for him.
A lobster steak, something like that, I guess.
A steak and a lobster.
I know he likes to eat McDonald's stuff, but he wouldn't eat that with Hannity. He'd want to show off to Hannity. Anytime he hung out with Hannity, he'd want to.
Bring me a slider. Take this back and bring me a big slider.
I was going to say Hannity definitely smarter than him because he goes through a whole his TV show, he talks through the whole thing. Trump's TV show, he pretty much just said, you're fired. He didn't talk much in it.
Has anybody gone back and watched all of the damn, what was that show called?
I don't know.
That was like a lifetime ago.
You're Fired.
The Apprentice.
Oh, yeah.
Why wasn't it called You're Fired?
Well, that's what it did. I never did watch it. I saw, I didn't know who he was till he started running for president. I just didn't know who the hell he was. I knew he was on a TV show where he fired people. That's all I know. And he did. Why would anybody go back and watch any of that?
That shouldn't be another podcast where we watch an episode of The Apprentice
every
week.
No, I don't ask for any money for our Patreon to make it because I ain't going to sit and watch all of those. Hell no.
Patreon. All right, let's wrap up this news stuff. It's depressing. Pompeo, Scooter Libby. You think that's just a pardon? Like, look at here.
He don't know who Scooter Libby is, let alone, somebody put him up to that. Does he know Scooter Libby?
I can't imagine he's even saying the words.
He even came out and said that, didn't he? He came out and said, I don't know him, but I hear he's a good man. Or hear he got a raw deal, whatever the hell.
So who got him to pardon Scooter Libby? Is that just, who's he trolling with that?
I don't know.
Is he just
somebody
sending a message?
Send a message. I think he's telling all of Manafort and other idiots that he's going to pardon them. Of course, New York Attorney General going to have some issues with that pardoning stuff. That's coming up here pretty soon. He gonna fix it where you can't. Yeah, he can pardon you for that crime, but I'm gonna put you under the jail for this. So we'll see what happens.
How do you think Scooter Libby will celebrate?
I don't know. Him and Dick Cheney are buddies. Bush knew better than that. Even Bush. Cheney mad as hell. Cheney, of course, Cheney mad as hell all the time. Mad as hell. Bush didn't pardon his buddy, Scooter Libby. Does this mean Cheney likes Trump now?
What a world.
I don't understand any of it.
Tammy Duckworth brought a baby to Congress.
Oh, yeah.
Can you bring animals?
We said, I think we were talking about this on one not too long ago. I'm going to say you can't bring an animal in there. But if it's quiet and acting right, it's fine, isn't it?
I don't care. Honestly, people should bring babies to Congress as much as they want.
I don't like it.
That's funny.
No, well, that's fine. Congress getting disrupted, I ain't got an issue with. I don't like it when you bring a baby that's too young to go see a movie. I don't like it. If I'm in the movie theater and a baby, when I went to go see Lone Ranger, sitting in there and all through the whole movie, a woman had a baby just caterwauling through the whole thing.
Well, maybe if healthcare wasn't so expensive.
What?
People should be able to go see the Lone Ranger in America.
Not you get a babysitter or something. Do something. Don't the baby wasn't happy. Baby didn't want to be in that movie hearing all that racket,
That reminds me of the Kentucky governor who said that kids were being molested when the teachers were out on strike.
Oh, yeah. Should do the teachers, every one of those children. Somebody's doing something to them.
That is one of those Yankees who come down to the South to say a bunch of Bible stuff in their dumb northern accents and pander to the worst aspects of us and get elected to office. I hate those people. Those people are the worst people.
Yep. That's what the president did.
That's what the president is.
He's the worst one out of the bunch.
He's one of those people. There's a bunch of them. They should do not appreciate them.
Nope.
All right. Tammy Duckworth brought her baby. Congratulations to the new mother, McCabe, Giuliani, Barbara Bush, R.I.P. The state of Tennessee is trying to punish Memphis for taking down Confederate general statues. The boy who came back. Let's see if one of these gets any traction from you, Jackie. The state of Tennessee tried to punish Memphis for taking down statues, taking away money for them to celebrate the, I think, 250th anniversary of Memphis, 200th anniversary of Memphis.
Well, I guess people who were taking the money figured that anniversary would have something to do with, you can't really celebrate without if you take history down, how can you celebrate it,
That's what the racists were saying?
Well, yeah, racists, they like those statues. They don't like it when you take the racist statues.
We can't celebrate the history of our, right.
Yeah. Again, I don't care for statues at all. I don't like any kind of statue.
Take them all down.
I don't care for them. Now, if it's a little one to sit on a desk or something, something like
Schroeder.
that. Yeah, what is a Schroeder? What? Just a little thing. I don't know, but big statue of a man, that's just a person or anything. I like a statue. If I see a statue of a man, the only time I like it when it's on a horse. I like a horse statue. You could just take the man off of that and leave the horse. That would have been fine. But just it seems like, what he said, false idols or something like that. I don't know, something about it. I just rub me the wrong way. I don't care who it is. I don't like a statue. Get rid of all of them, yeah.
You think if Trump makes it to a second term, he's going to start putting up statues of Michael Cohen? Michael Cohen? Is that his name?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't even seem right now.
That would be funny if he did that. That I wouldn't mind so much. That just kind of make me laugh. He just putting... Because he's funny looking anyway, the Cohen man, the lawyer. If you had a statue of him, that's a funny statue,
So funny statues are okay. Like you go McDonald's.
Clown was a Charlie Chaplin, those things. That's silly and funny, and that's okay. Ronald McDonald, statue of him in the playground for the children to come in, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
So statues are for children.
Yeah, I mean, everybody else knows it ain't real. Well, the children know it ain't real either. But
are we supposed to think statues are real?
It's not.
Foolish?
I don't know.
What is the point of a statue?
I don't know. It's supposed to, celebrate somebody. Putting somebody up on a pedestal don't need to be put on there, I reckon.
You're right. Take them all down. No more statues.
I just don't think it. Horse statue, animal, clown, a Mickey Mouse statues, that's okay. But history, I don't,
Yeah, I guess that's about it for the news. Was there any themes we didn't identify or anything you want to? Oh, I got something. This is important. We killed R. Lee Ermey.
What?
We killed R. Lee Ermey. We mentioned him, was it last week on the podcast? No. And then he died.
Well, I heard it died. I forgot we mentioned him.
Yeah, we mentioned him.
That's like, saying dogs are haunted or something. That's just starting rumors. You say that curse. And when we talk about somebody on here, how many people supposedly we killed? I can't remember all who it was.
Like 14 or 15, I think. Well, apologies to him and his family. I hope it went as well as it could go.
I liked him, too. He was good. He always plays Army.
Always played Army.
Good, too, though. Actually, if you had Army in your movie, that's probably he should be at the top of the list. If you got to put Army in it, you get him before anybody else. And I guess if he was busy doing Army somewhere else, you'd have to get somebody else. I don't know who you'd get then, but that's who you'd want is him.
Well, rest in peace, Barbara Bush, R. Lee Ermey, and Harry Anderson from Night Court.
I saw it. Bless his, God rest his soul. Yeah, I like Night Court. I like Bull on there. All of them are good.
Who all's dead on Night Court?
Well, the old lady.
Have we actually asked this question on here before? Was that like an episode title? Who all's dead on Night Court?
I don't know.
Oh, man, 300 episodes.
You're coming up on it, yep. I can't remember
Holy
long.
cow. Yeah, Selma.
Well, there's a reason to talk about it now. If it wasn't back in, now, you know.
Maybe somebody else had just died.
The old lady died.
I think two old ladies died, and Marsha Warfield died.
Who?
Marsha Warfield died.
Who was she on it now?
She was the African-American lady.
Oh, she was funny. I remember she come on Afro before the old lady.
I think they're like, we can't hire any more old ladies. We better hire a black lady.
She was good, but she passed on too.
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh well.
I guess change happened slowly. I can't remember that middle old lady's name.
It had two old.
Mac is good. He was always one of my favorites on there.
Who?
Mac.
Which one's Mac now?
Oh my God, the black guy.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay.
The two people you can't remember are the black people.
Well, it's not because they were black people. I just can't. I didn't tell you. I don't remember their names. Bull's the only one I remember his name. That's it. Rest of them I don't know the names. Who was the main lawyer? The funny one. The main lawyer.
Dan.
Okay. Yeah.
He's alive.
I couldn't remember his name. He'd white.
That's true. But you knew there was a mean lawyer.
I knew that, and
if I said, "What about Dan?" Would you know who I was talking about?
I wouldn't have known who you talking about. You'd have to tell me. I said, "Who was that one?"
All right.
He was a lawyer. Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll let this slide for now.
Well,
you were a little iffy on the Memphis statues at first. A little iffy on not remembering Marsha Warfield or Mac, whose actual name I can't remember.
Well, see.
What about Starbucks? How do you feel about that? This is a good closer of every episode news section. Is Jackie racist on this?
No, I'm not racist on any of it. Confused sometimes, yes, but no, I'm not racist. Now, Starbucks is a place I didn't go to begin with. And I never went in there, didn't like it, wouldn't know how they treated people. They ought to not treat anybody that way, whether they're black, white. What do they do? Men come in and I told them to get out, and they wouldn't. They called the police. I don't know what it all was.
I think it was just they said, hey, they come in, they didn't order anything. Then somebody immediately, there's probably some racist places that are reporting this differently. But let me tell you what I heard.
Uh-huh.
They come over, they sit down, they don't order anything right away. So they come over and say, hey, you're supposed to order something when you come in here, which apparently isn't true. That's not a Starbucks rule. And they're like, we're just waiting on a friend. And then they go back and call the police. I think one of them asked to use the bathroom. And they said, that's for customers only. They said, okay, and went and sat down. And then they come over and say, hey, can we help you guys? You want to order anything? And they're like, we're just waiting on somebody. And they said, okay. Then they called the cops. I'm laughing. Sorry.
And there's only two black people in Starbucks, right? That's, yeah.
I mean, black people go to Starbucks.
I know that. I said
too.
in this particular one is what I did. I didn't say they were breaking any damn rules or anything. Obviously,
well, that sounds like, there was another black guy in there and they didn't call the cops on him. Hey, why don't you get on Twitter there, racist?
Oh, shut your mouth.
With your defense.
Why does anybody knowing what this world is like now and everybody got the magic phone to film something and talk into it? I guess some people they want to be seen as racist, I guess. I know Starbucks wouldn't, but whoever, did this or was working there or something. Because some people love to call people the worst stuff in the world, and the person sitting there holding the phone, it just makes them scream loud in it, and they put it on the computer, then it goes on TV, and then people get fired and lose their jobs and all this stuff. Why? Just don't be an awful person to begin with. I know that's real hard for a lot of people to understand. But just try not to be an awful person. Try to treat people with respect a little bit. Maybe it won't wind up on the computer. Somebody going to be boycotting you. Probably you could act just as decent, and it don't matter. People will still be mad at you. So, hell, I don't know. Ought not be racist. I'll say that much.
Fuck, Marshall Warfield's still alive.
See, now that's racist.
Am I in trouble? I'm
think,
sorry.
You think all the black people on Night Court are dead?
I think Mac is dead. Oh, man. Now I got to look that up.
Yeah, who's racist now?
Oh, listen, that was an innocent mistake.
No, you totally flip it around here now. You said I was a racist, and
I really thought she had died, and I was sad about it. I remember being real sad one night, and I went and got some pot. And
you ought to stepped in that. It's over with.
Charlie Robinson, dead or alive? Oh, man. Charlie Robinson. Come on. He's alive, too.
Yep. We'll see who's racist now. That black person on that show, no, they're dead.
Sorry. Listen, okay, you know what? I'm gonna apologize to him face to face.
Well, you should.
And I'm gonna shut this podcast down for racial bias training.
Well,
at least so that we can watch Night Court from episode 1 to the finale.
I'd like to do that. That'd be good.
That sounds pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we should start a podcast where we do that as penance.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey, everybody, it's Zach and Bros. I'm still on here.
Hey, everybody, this is Dunlap the man. Yeah. Got that beer crack going. That was a pretty good beer crack, if you ask me. I got a new YouTube channel, Jackie, where I just crack open beers.
What's the difference?
And I rate the crack.
What's the difference? That all sounds the same when you pop a top on a beer can. Anybody...
Well, sometimes you get a better crack with better resonance, and you're trying to get I call it the effervescence.
It all sounds the same to me. I don't know.
Well, maybe that's why you don't have a YouTube channel.
I think I do have one on there somewhere.
Folks, welcome to the sponsors section of the Red State Update podcast. Should we start calling them commercials?
It's the same thing, isn't it?
Well, we're coming up on episode 300. It might be nice to shake things up a little bit.
Big commercials?
Yeah, just say we're ready for our commercial. Hey, Jackie, you got a commercial for us this week?
Commercial to give us $25 to keep things going. I know we need your help on Patreon, too, because $25 just don't pay for a computer no more. I don't think you get a computer for $25 anymore. Those days are long gone. We try to put it back, save it, so we appreciate y'all helping us out, but well, I do have a good commercial. Is that it? Got a commercial here, and I got
that doesn't sound right.
Well, all right. My sponsor on this one. Well, I just have some bad and sad news that I have to say, and I'm sorry. Now, I didn't know him personally. He was one hell of a entertainer. I get, and he was doing a great job, and it breaks my heart just because, you get involved in something and you feel like part of it dies, part of you dies, so. But I hate to tell you, but I know I mentioned last week that Sampleton, the show that Victor Mileage is doing, it's a life story, it's a musical story about the life of Junior Samples. And I'm proud to be a part of this. I'm a professional dog wrangler on it, the Ace Dogs.
Yeah, they pay you?
Well, we'll see how well the show opens up all this. I'm, part of it. I'm, helping with the show.
Because professional usually implies some payment.
Well, that's coming, I think. The show hadn't opened up yet. Just gotta, you gotta buy sale tickets and all this stuff. And I don't have a doubt there'll be tons of tickets sold to this because everyone's going to want to see it. Like I said, it's just like watching Junior Samples right there on stage, right in front of you, go through his whole life. That's what it's like, and it's something else too. There's a lot of good songs, a lot of good acting. But I'm sorry to say, the lead actor that was portraying Junior Samples. His name was Borden Dilltip. Fine actor, performer, singer, all that. He was fine. Now, he has passed away. He is no longer with us, sadly. So we kind of put the production in a bind at the moment, but I'm pretty sure that they got everything rectified. Everything's going to work out
That's
good.
a shame that the production is in a bind that stole my lead actor.
Well, we may steal him, man. He man of his own free will.
Folks, if
He
it's
was.
first episode, I don't exactly know where to start with the recap on this, but let's just say that Jackie is working with a traitor to America.
No.
And to my show that I wrote, my one-person show about Junior Samples, Victor Mileage. He couldn't even get along with the Murfreesboro Play Actors Club. They run him off from there.
Well,
And he started his own offshoot community theater called Footlights, which is what all offshoot community theaters are called when they break away from the main community theater. And he had to start one of those because he's such a thieving ass.
No. Now, for whatever reasons, he had to start his own theater company. He's a man. He's a visionary. He got plans that people don't understand, and in the long,
He sucks dupes into his orbit.
Shut your mouth. No, he does
He
not.
sucks dupes.
Oh, I guess Miss Amy Grant is a dupe, huh? Why don't you get on here and say that? I guess
Well, I wouldn't say it to
Mr.
her
Vince
face.
Gill is a dupe. Why
I'd
don't
say
you
to his face. Dupe. He got duped, and now he's in the hospital.
He's at a stay. It's not a hospital. It's an allergy, something or other facility. Like you go there and they take care of it or something.
So they rip me off, and they get celebrities to come in and make that money. Victor Mileage, my daddy.
Anybody would, if it was between you or Vince Gill, and it was anybody, I don't care who it is. Well, I want Vince Gill.
Well, I don't know
want
about
him
that.
And Vince Gill was doing a great job, by the way. He was a wonderful
okay.
junior sample. How did you know? You weren't even around. You don't know how the hell he was. He was a great junior sample.
Well, he did all right.
You didn't see him. You wouldn't know.
I talked to Numpos.
Oh. Well, they seemed to think he was fine anyway, as far as I could tell. He was good.
He was okay.
Well, he's just allergic to all the dogs. There's a lot of dogs in these shows. That's what I'm responsible for, these dogs in a production. And he just had these terrible, terrible allergies, I guess. He just couldn't be around him and whatnot. His wife was Miss Amy Grant. Great entertainer, great performer, someone I respect a great deal. Kind enough to participate in this show. She did, she saw how much fun her husband was having. And Victor Mileage, as smart as he is, he's not going to turn somebody like Amy Grant down. If I have an opportunity to work with someone as talented as Amy Grant, I'm not going to turn that down. So we come up with a good idea. She's in the show as well. And she's still in the show. She has no problem with the animals. She's not really, doesn't get near them either.
What about the gruesome deaths?
What do you mean the gruesome deaths?
How Boyd and Dilltip died.
Well, how did he die? Some would say it's mysterious, but I think he just had some issues, some sickness that we didn't know about or something like that, I think.
That's not what the Numpos told me.
Well, I don't care what the Numbos said. They going to make up rumors and stuff. As far as I know, they hadn't had an autopsy or anything. I ain't heard nothing about the foul play, personally. I don't know anything like that. He was a fine entertainer. I'm gonna miss him. I didn't get to know him that well, but I just was with him for a week or so, but he was doing a good job. He wasn't Vince Gill good, but he was close to it and doing the best he could, and bless his heart.
They found his body on the Moonshine Clamshell.
Yep. He was rehearsing, yeah.
Formerly known as the Blood Altar.
What?
They call it there was a time when it was called the Blood Altar. Somebody was calling it that. I think my daddy was.
Yeah. I seen.
How's he doing?
It don't look good to me. But, he ain't said a word to me. I known him for years, known him most of his life. He ain't said a word to me. He grunted at me. That's the most I got out of him.
He growing a beard?
I think he is, yeah. He looked rough. He looked like he ain't slept in a while.
Wearing that jacket?
He's wearing the same old jacket. But he wasn't. What's strange about it, he wasn't. Usually when he looks bad, he just looks drunk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just drunk. Usually when we say he looks bad, he drunk. End of story. But now he don't seem drunk, but he looks bad. And so I don't know what that means. I've never seen him like this.
Yeah, an axe.
Well, he had a whip.
Oh, the whip, yeah.
He's
had that whip since he's seen Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Well, he keeps it on his hip or whatever,
That's
him.
strange.
But I ain't seen him use it yet.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, but
I see him try to knock beer cans off a fence post with that thing when he was drunk, and all he did was hurt himself.
Well, he ain't drinking. He just don't look good, and his attitude don't seem right. But, I don't know what's going on. He's out there, and,
He said, watch me kill this butterfly. That's how I got this notch in my ear.
What?
He said, I don't want to talk about it. So, murder, foul play afoot.
No,
I would not trust
No, you start
a play.
This. No.
Listen, Jackie. It sounds like bullshit to me.
Plus, the murder part is because no one has said that.
No, that's the real part.
No, it ain't.
The rest of it's bullshit.
Collapsed
He stole my play.
in the clamshell. He collapsed when he was rehearsing. I wasn't there at the time. I was tending to the dogs.
Oh, that's convenient.
Well, come, shut your mouth.
Where was
Just
the
shut
witness?
your mouth.
Tending to the dogs. Tending to the dogs.
That's my job. What am I supposed to do? That's what I'm hired. Well, I'm hired, volunteer, whatever to do. Is to look after them dogs. That's exactly what I'm doing. My job isn't to sit there and watch and check on how Boyd and Dill Tip's doing 24/7. I got to check on these dogs. He ain't acting weird and strange like these dogs are, throwing up cold blood all the time. He seemed like he was fine, singing and dancing, doing what he's supposed to do.
Do we even have, with Vince Gill in a hospital and Boyd
It's
and Dill
not a
Tip,
hospital. It's like a clinic. It's not. It's
Like
a
rehab?
clinic. No, it's like that, but it's not that. It's for allergies and cold nasal. Anyway, when you say it sound like he's in intensive care or something. He's voluntarily staying for them to straighten out his allergies.
can he check himself in and out? Can he leave the premises?
I don't know.
This is a strict nasal place.
Well, whatever it is, that's what all I could get out of Miss Grant. That's all she told me. Because if you're going to talk to her, you need to do it real fast when everybody gets there. Because as soon as she goes, she's one of those people that stays in character, whatever you want to call it.
What's her character?
Just herself as a little girl.
So as soon as she gets there, she puts her hair up in pigtails and changes into a
She
nightgown.
goes in the dressing room, puts in it's not a nightgown. Well, like a little girl, yeah. But she looked like she's 6 years old. She don't look like it. I know she's older than that, but she's playing a 6-year-old girl.
6 years old, and she comes out, and her hair's up in pigtails.
Yeah, and I made a mistake of trying. She said, "No, sir, I ain't supposed to talk to strangers or whatever, or shh, it's quiet time."
So she's pretending like she's a little girl who can't talk to strangers.
Well, that's what she says to me. I'm assuming that's what it is.
I see.
Well, I
Wow.
talked to her a little bit beforehand, like I said, and how's Vince doing? Oh, he's all right. He's in that clinic, And then, but once she's dressed up, ready to get in, character, whatever, she don't break it. You can't really just chit chat with her after that. She'll either shush you or,
Does she have a big lollipop?
I think she got, one part of it, and I don't think it's through the whole thing. She got one, yeah.
That was in my first draft. I guess he stole that too.
Oh, he didn't steal nothing. Somebody, you just jealous and envious is all you are. You got to run somebody down.
Well, he's ruined Vince Gill, and he killed our Murfreesboro's Vince Gill impersonator. So you tell me.
He didn't murder anybody. Don't even say that.
What has
Murdered anybody.
Victor Mileage left us with? Nothing.
Well, we were concerned about the production. That's not the sponsor, by the way. Let me go on the sponsor. I've been these dogs running back and forth from the show to they're staying at my house in the backyard with this Padre. They're all in the backyard. And I take them to go up there and do the show. I'm so proud of these dogs, too, for being as sick as they are or something messed up with them. They're just, giving back to the community and doing something, warm people's hearts. It's precious, and I'm glad to be part of it. But I'm taking these dogs back and forth, and I've been on the road so much, and I hadn't had compensation as of yet. Don't start for gas money and all this, and I didn't know, I can't afford to haul dogs, and there's a ways out there too. Go from my house out to Numpo, you got to go in, some back roads there. You got a little trick you got to make. And I didn't know what I was going to do about that. And so I told somebody, a friend of mine, what I was doing. She said, well, I'll tell you what, swing by my house on the way there. My dog used to love riding the back of the truck. Swing by there, pick him up, and let him. I said, well, you may not want him to get around these other dogs. He said, nah, that'll be fine. And I just take him on there. He needs to go out there at Numpo Town, let him run around for a little bit. I don't have time to do it. So I said, well, sure. She said, if you do that, I'll give you $15. I said, well, all right, then that's what I'll do. And sure enough, that word got out. Some lady asked me, said, will you take my dog? I'm busy. If you got all them dogs, you might swing by here. There's a dog park. You take them down there for me. And I said, well, if you want me to. She said, I'll give you $20 to do that. So I tell you what, I've joined, I got a little side business, and somebody told me the best name for it here, what we call it, it's kind of a funny name, but still, it's the Dog Dober.
What?
Dog Dober, like Dober. You hit on your phone and the car comes. Dog Dober.
Trying to say Uber for dogs?
Dog Dober. Yeah, that's the
then
name.
why don't you just call it Dober?
Dog
Dober.
Dog Dober. Because it's Uber for dogs. I just said it.
Or Dog Uber. Call it Goober.
No, it's Dog Dober. And I'll come by if you need the dog to go. Some people don't have time, have pets and need dog walk or something, like I said. And just taking these dogs, just give me a holler, and I'll get the dog there and bring them back.
Well, that needs to be an app.
A what?
An app.
Well, I got one of those. I tell you what, I finally got one. I joined the 21st century. I got in, I jumped in, got in. I went to and it was hard to find one. I had to go to the Salvation Army, but I got a good one. Still works and runs. It's a answer machine. Yeah, answer machine.
What?
An answer machine. I take it home, hook it up to my phone, and when somebody calls, what to do is to leave a message. Just like leave a message at the beep. They said, I live over on, Las Casas Highway, 2030, swing by, I got a dog, golden retriever. If you can pick him up, run him down the ways a little bit and bring him back, and it's all on the messages there. So then I get, I write it all down.
That's not an app.
What do you mean it's not an app?
Answering machine ain't an app. What do you think an app is?
App is anything I don't understand, but pretty much, I guess. Everybody should get your app or whatnot. That's what the app, it helps me get the dogs, right?
Well, kind of.
Well, anyhow, I'm doing Dog Dober, and if you got your dog wanting it to go somewhere, most pretty much, I'll go ahead and tell a little white lie on it. Well, it's not a white lie. I'm telling the truth. Tell people a little white lie. If you take my dog to the dog park or anything like that, I pretty much just take him up to the show, and they can watch the other dogs perform, and then I turn around and bring them back.
You not taking the dogs where you're supposed to be taking them?
That dog happy to be out, and dog has to go to the park. What do you mean? It don't matter where it goes. The dog just wants to, sit in the back of the truck with other dogs.
What are you going to do where everybody finds out you ain't taking your dogs where you're supposed to be taking them?
How they going to find out? The dog ain't going to tell them, and the dogs are just fine. So, it don't.
You're just riding dogs around in your truck wherever you want to drive.
Well, it's not.
And then taking them to the show if it's that time.
Well, yeah, and then bringing them back after the show rehearsal or whatever. Yeah.
Meanwhile, all of Murfreesboro's dogs that weren't already infected by Satan and possession
don't start
are going to be puking up ice cold blood because you're putting them in the back of your truck with the devil dog.
I told her, I don't know if you want him hanging out with these other dogs. I said, oh, no, it's fine. He gets along with other dogs. So, but Dog Dober, if you need your dog.
Should be Dog Devil.
Oh, shut up. Well, it ain't Dog Devil Dober. It ain't nothing.
Well, it's just Dog Dober. Well, that sounds just as stupid.
Nope. Dog Dober, you need your dog to get some fresh air, get him run around, drive around, and you can hang your head out the window out the back of the truck.
That's not safe. Them dogs slide around. I see them people with the dog in the back on the interstate. It make me nervous.
You've seen how still them dogs stand.
Well, that's the devil dog.
Well, that's the back's full of them. If the rest of them, if they all stand still, they follow the lead. I ain't had one dog jump out back of the truck or fall out of any of that.
Maybe you should use your answering machine to get a message from Zesta and Zesta's friend and Barky and who's the other one?
Ranger.
Yeah, because I don't know who's taking care of them since they shut my production down.
Well, I guess they're not your responsibilities. I sure hope they're doing okay. I miss all of them.
I really don't know who's in charge of them because the city didn't seem to be taking care of them anymore there at the end. And Jackie Impersonator went with us up to New York City.
Well, you went to.
And I think Andy Bilkins went back to bricklaying or whatever the hell he was doing.
You didn't go up to New York City, did you? You were mouthing off about it. I thought you were just blowing off steam last week.
Jackie, you've known me for all my life, which has got to be now, 25, 26 years?
Yeah. Well, more than that. I mean, double that.
I wouldn't say double, but...
Well, close to it, round it off, yeah.
I mean, round it off.
Yeah.
If you're rounding a lot, that's a big round.
Well, not so much,
You know what's good is a fudge round.
What is it?
A fudge round?
Oh, yeah.
I was just thinking about them fudge rounds. Hey, Jackie, I am a man of my word. If you've learned anything about me for these 26 years,
No.
is that I am a person who does what he says, a truthful person who believes in honor and the rule of law. I'm sort of like James Comey, but more fun at parties. Folks, yes, I went to New York City. Dodge's tater log store was nice enough to transfer me to the New York City location of Dodge's. Cindy Hatchett, drama school teacher, quit her job, even though she just got hired because she was the newest drama teacher and the only one that would pay attention to my show. Didn't have anything else to do. She's a little older than the other teachers. She went back to school. And Jackie Impersonator all rode with me to New York City, and we were going to find our fortune. Jackie, I wish I could describe to you the wonders I saw. I always thought New York City was awful and full of perverts, drunks, drug addicts.
Yeah.
It was less fun than that. We didn't have anywhere to stay. Well, Jackie Impersonator went out to Times Square and just did Still Jackie. You ever see him do Still Jackie?
Well, Still Jackie.
That's where he stands on a bucket and stands real still.
Sound like statue to me.
Yes, Statue Jackie.
Yeah, I don't like statue. I don't like you doing
He calls it Still Jackie.
Well,
because he's so in touch with his inner Jackie, he knows he also doesn't like statues. So he just calls it Still Jackie. And it's funny because people go, is this a statue of a homeless Denver pile? Or is it an actual homeless Denver pile? And then they get up close to look and smell. And he said, get on out here. And they laugh and laugh. And so the first day he made $7,000.
what?
He got himself, an efficiency apartment. And then damn Cindy Hatchett, I thought she was there to support me, to help me, to perform the same duties she was doing when we were doing Junior Christ Jample Star. Was that the name of it?
I don't know.
But no, she started getting auditions immediately. She booked a role off Broadway in the new jukebox musical, Smooth Up Inya.
What?
It's a Bullet Boys Inya. They didn't know if they had enough to do a separate Bullet Boys and separate Inya, so they got together and they did smooth up Enya, Bullet Boys Enya jukebox musical.
Yeah, it sounds something that they stay in New York. I don't know what that is. Don't want to know what it is.
She plays the mother of the girl getting married.
Well, good for her.
She sings an Enya song, but I don't know what it is. She told me, but I can tell her to text it to me right now. I still wouldn't know what it is. And I don't think that's sexist because I only know that one Bullet Boy song. So I'm like, all right, well, waste your life. I'm the one working to pay for this box under this bridge where we sleep. We had sex.
All right, enough. I don't want to hear any more about this.
It was only the first night, and I thought, well, this is coming together nice. And then she met somebody playing the lead singer of the Bullet Boys. The actual lead singer of the Bullet Boys.
Wow.
And funny enough, I took his place at the Dodge Tater Log store in New York City, Times Square, when he left to do Smooth Up Enya. So I guess they're fucking now.
All right, I'm not going to hear the...
She moved in with him.
Comfort.
I'm the one sleeping under a bridge. New York City tater logs taste like fucking shit.
All right, enough of it.
You know that's true, Jackie.
I don't want to hear you say it that way either way.
And you know what? They didn't even have corn dogs. Or fried chicken legs, too.
Well,
There's tater logs only. And people are so rude. I mean, they weren't really rude. They were actually pretty polite. It was mostly tourists. I give them their tater logs and they'd say, it's not what I was expecting. I'm saying, welcome to the club. The world's a cruel place. I moved up here to the Big Apple to make my dreams come true. And look at me now. Slinging tater logs like a common, regular person. I'm special. I have artistic dreams. Somebody told me once in second grade I was talented.
wow.
People deserve to sit and be forced to watch whatever bullshit I want to spew at them.
Enough.
Take his tater log in. No refunds. It's like it's not even the same. The process that they use to make it is not even the same. And they charge $15 for a tater log. And you know what my main job was? You know, in old cartoons, them little dogs, they have like the barrel chest and the little legs, and they wear the little derby on their heads. Those are real. And my job was to take a broom and keep them out of the store. Because they was always trying to come in the back door and come down the chimney.
What?
These little tough guy dogs, like bark, bark, hey, bark, bark. Those are real. I thought that was fake, like for tourism, to get tourists to come to New York City. See little dogs in a hat, tough guy dogs. Nope. Real as fuck. And you can hit them with a broom, and they will not leave. They just look at you like, so what?
Well, I ain't going to New York to see them or anything else.
I did that for one day. I was like, you know what? Country boy. Got my feet in New York City, but my heart's in Tennessee.
Well, good. Well, for New York anyway, I guess.
My woman done left me for the Bullet Boys lead singer, Broadway star, whatever his name is. He may be dead, but I'm not going to look it up. Jackie impersonator. He's making thousands of dollars. I tried being Still Dunlap. Nothing. People took my wallet immediately. Somebody threw something at me. I don't know what it was, but I recognize that smell. I just don't want them. I just don't want to admit it. Couldn't do it. Plus, I'm just kind of jittery anyway. I start shaking my leg. Like, what are you doing? I'm Still Dunlap. Well, to stand still then. I'm nervous. I said, fuck yes.
All right, watch your mouth.
So, I asked Cindy Hatchett if I could have keys to her car because I thought I'd dropped my phone in there, and I just drove it on home.
Well,
she parked 6 miles away anyway. It's going to take her a while to notice it's gone.
Come back home with your tail between your legs, didn't you?
You know what? I think the thing is that New York City is just not ready for my Junior Samples show. They think that they're pushing the boundaries of art.
No.
But I think the real work being done in theater is here in Murfreesboro.
Well, that's for sure it is. Yes, because I suspect when we get our show up and running again, I have no doubts at all that Broadway will be calling for the Sampleton. They'll be wanting to see that.
Plus, somebody texted me that Dill Tip died, so I figured they'd need me to be his replacement. So,
well,
when should I show up to work?
I don't know if that'd be a good idea. I'm going to tell you that. Well, first off, your daddy is something he ain't looking right. You don't want to come out there for him. I don't know. Something just, he don't look good. He look bad.
Well, I mean, once I take my place as a star of the show, I can tell people not to look me in the eyes.
I ain't supposed to say this yet. Don't make me say something I ain't supposed to say, but trust me, don't you come out there. There ain't no reason for you to come. There ain't no reason for you to come out there and talk to Victor Miles about everything in that show.
I come back from New York City to star in the show. I think I can go talk to the man.
He's already found a replacement. That's all taken care of.
I can understudy in case I get sick or diarrhea.
No, this man, and he's doing, I have to say, again, we haven't made the announcement yet. We're supposed to be doing that later this week. But
why would you announce that I have diarrhea?
No, I'm announcing that Andy Belkins will be playing Junior Samples. We're supposed to say that till later in the week to make that announcement.
Raggedy Andy?
Well, his name is Andy Belkins. He ain't. What are you going? And
I thought he went. He told me he went back to laying brick or whatever he did.
Well, I don't even. He ain't doing that all day. If he is doing it, he's singing and telling jokes and he's
skinny. He wear a fat suit.
Well, you put some overalls on him and they're big enough, but it
That's
looks
true.
It can. He's pulling it off. I'll say it. Now, he got a little learning to do. He got to catch up on a lot of, light cues and, with stage left, stage right, all that stuff. But as far as just telling the Junior Samples, jokes and looking and singing too, he's pretty good, I have to say. And I if I had my druthers, we'd have Vince Gill. If I had my druthers, Boyd Dill Tip would still be alive, but I don't know if I necessarily want him to still be in the lead role because Andy Belkins is doing a fine job.
Does he get to do his dancing?
Oh, he's doing a lot of dancing too. That's something I have to say that he added to it. That Vince Gill, nothing against him or
he can't
Boyd Dill Tip. That neither one of them could dance a lick. But there's a couple of songs, and it's just a natural thing. He get to skipping and he did all over that stage. And, of course, Victor Miles says, I like this. Try to give me some more of that. And Andy Belkins up there you're shaking a tail feather if you however you want to say it, kicking, and really good.
What about Tika? Is she jealous of Amy Grant?
I ain't heard nothing about that Tika. I don't know if she.
she used to be anyway, so I don't know.
Well, Amy Grant, I tell you this, but something's changed in her performance too since Andy Belkins came on. She seems like, because she's playing herself, watching Junior Samples, she's enjoying it when she was growing up. That's her role, is to play herself as a child, watching all these hee-haw and all these memories on television. So she was already being happy and smiling and getting excited when, Vince Gill or Mr. Dill Tip was doing their stuff. But I don't know what it is, if it just changed the mood or something. But him dancing, she's acting twice as excited as she was earlier. And I think that helps the show.
Well, I guess there's no need for me to be back here in Murfreesboro then.
Well, not for this anyway, huh?
That's okay. I don't need to. Maybe I'll go back to up New York City and see if anything's changed up there.
Didn't sound like anything worth a damn up there, but if you want to go back, go on.
Maybe I'll just Go out to Los Angeles, Hollywood, see what's over there. Maybe they looking for junior samples. Do you think? I know he just started, and you may not have had a chance to make up your mind about it or anything yet. But do you think Raggedy Andy? You think he ever gets diarrhea?
What?
Now's the time that we both have to go. Our podcast come out really great, we know. Our time is at an end, so until we meet again, we'll just have to say goodbye, friend. Saying bye-bye always brings us down. But our bags are packed and we have to leave town. A postcard to you we will send if a stamp to us you'll lend, so we can write and say goodbye, 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 goodbye.
And the Belkins, man of many talents, is, he's something else he's good at, which is he does this in his downtime. He's whittling and he made like a little man just sitting there in between scenes with a knife. Pick up a piece of wood, and he's good at that too. I mean, he's artistic, I guess, every which way around. And I didn't know that much about him. I didn't know he could do all that stuff.
You knew his last name.
Well, yeah, and Andy Belkins, yeah.
Yeah. He looked like Raggedy Andy.
Well, that's because he had an accident in his nose. Yeah. Part of his nose, yeah, missing.
Yeah, it's part of it.